Eala begs off from Cincinnati Open due to shoulder injury. Alexandra Eala has been ruled out of the Cincinnati Open after suffering a shoulder injury, the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, announced on its website Wednesday, July 30th. Alexandra Eala has been ruled out of the Cincinnati Open after suffering a shoulder injury, the Women's Tennis Association, WTA, announced on its website Wednesday, July 30th. The 20-year-old Eala, who is set for her much-awaited U.S. Open main draw debut in late August, reportedly sustained an injury which denied her participation in the final WTA 1000 hardcourt event before the opening of the New York-based Grand Slam meet. Alexandra Eala has withdrawn from next month's Cincinnati Open with a shoulder injury, the WTA wrote in its statement. With the development, the current world number 65 will be replaced by Mexican Renata Zarazua in the main draw of the oldest tennis tournament in the United States. There, reigning champion and number 1 Aryna Sabalenka banners the field alongside Americans Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Madison Keys, and the 45-year-old Venus Williams, who received a wild card, Polish Iga Swiatek, Phil-Canadian Leylah Fernandez, and Australian Maya Joint, to name a few. Last Monday, Eala absorbed an early exit in the National Bank Open in Montreal, Canada after sustaining a 3-6, 6-1, 6-2 first-round loss to 2023 Wimbledon champion Czech Markéta Vondrousova. As of now, there are no further details if Eala will play in the WTA 500 Monterrey Open in Mexico set in the third week of August. Filipina tennis star Alexandra Eala has officially withdrawn from the 2025 Cincinnati Open, citing a nagging shoulder injury that has been quietly hampering her for weeks. For fans and supporters across Southeast Asia and beyond, the news is a mix of disappointment and deep concern. Eala, often hailed as the future of Asian tennis, has been riding a wave of momentum this year. But now, that rhythm finds an unexpected pause. The rising star that needed to rest. At just 20 years old, Alexandra Eala has already built a resume many dream of: junior Grand Slam titles, ITF and WTA main draw wins, and national hero status in the Philippines. Her determination, laser-focused discipline, and court maturity have helped her climb the ranks swiftly. Yet, tennis is as much a physical challenge as a mental one, and Eala's shoulder has reminded her of that harsh reality. "It was a very difficult decision," she posted on social media, her message accompanied by a photo of her in training gear, cradling her shoulder with a slight, tired smile. "But after speaking with my team and medical advisors, we've decided it's best for me to rest and recover before the injury worsens. Thank you for the love and support always." A tournament without the Southeast Asian spark. The Cincinnati Open had earmarked Eala as one of its most exciting young entrants. Wild card hopes and surprise upsets have been part of her script before. In 2024, she had a breakout performance in the North American circuit, pulling off a string of impressive wins that catapulted her into top-tier discussions. The anticipation of her taking on heavyweights like Beatriz Haddad-Maia or Madison Keys in Ohio had tennis fans buzzing. Without her, the women's draw feels slightly dimmed, especially for her Southeast Asian supporters who had planned to travel or tune in for every moment. Still, her absence is met more with concern than frustration. "Health is always first," said fellow WTA player Ons Jabeur when asked about Eala's withdrawal. "She's young and has many years ahead of her. I'm sure she'll come back stronger." Signs that were there. Insiders close to her camp noted that Eala had been experiencing mild discomfort since the European clay swing, but her competitive nature often masked the pain. It wasn't until her early exit at the Canadian Open that the whispers became louder. Was something physically wrong? During a press interview in Toronto, Eala briefly touched her right shoulder and smiled sheepishly when asked about her fitness. "I'm okay," she said, before changing the subject. But now, in hindsight, fans can see that she had been battling through something more serious than mere fatigue. Beyond the injury, a mental break too? Injuries are more than just torn ligaments or strained muscles. For athletes like Eala, who has been juggling international travel, training, and the pressure of being her nation's tennis torchbearer, this may also be an unintended emotional timeout. The WTA circuit is relentless. Between airports, media obligations, and constant rankings pressure, players often feel like they're on a never-ending treadmill. For Eala, this forced break could serve as a critical moment of clarity, not just to rehab her shoulder but to rediscover joy in the game that started it all. Rallying support from a nation. Back home in the Philippines, the reaction has been overwhelmingly supportive. The Philippine Sports Commission released a statement offering full support and well wishes to Alex in her recovery, while fans flooded her social media with messages of encouragement. "You've already made us proud," wrote one fan. "Rest up and heal strong, champ." The hashtag #GetWellAlex trended across Filipino Twitter, with fellow athletes, celebrities, and fans sharing their favorite moments from her young but storied career. Whether it was her bronze medal win at the SEA Games or her emotional victory in the juniors at Roland Garros, the love and appreciation have been pouring in. What comes next? While missing the Cincinnati Open means a dip in potential ranking points and match experience, it opens a different door. The U.S. Open looms on the horizon, and if recovery goes well, Eala could still make a strong comeback there. Her team has not confirmed whether she'll compete, but given her grit and tenacity, few would be surprised if she made it just in time. More importantly, this break might allow her to recalibrate, perhaps work on strengthening that shoulder long-term, revisiting serve mechanics, or even experimenting with new strategies away from the limelight. Her game has always been built on precision and baseline intelligence. This period might even elevate it further. The bigger picture: athlete health in focus. Eala's withdrawal also shines light on the broader issue of athlete injuries, especially among young prodigies. Burnout, overuse injuries, and mental strain are common among early bloomers. Eala's decision to prioritize long-term wellness over short-term glory is both wise and admirable. It also sends a strong message to aspiring athletes: resting is not quitting. Healing is not weakness. It's part of the game, perhaps the most important part. In conclusion, Alex Eala may not serve an ace in Cincinnati this year, but her quiet act of self-preservation speaks volumes. It shows maturity beyond her years and a profound understanding of her career's longevity. She may have bowed out this time, but the story is far from over. For her fans, it's a waiting game now, not with anxiety, but with hope. Because when she returns, the racket will once again dance in her hand, the baseline will be her canvas, and every shot will be painted with the resolve of someone who took a step back to leap forward. Get well soon, Alex. The court misses you already.